am here with the wonderful Liz Manley, who is the star of our Elizabeth Manley competition here this weekend at the GSC. Liz, do you want to kind of talk a little bit about your journey with the Gloucester Skating Club, kind of where you started?
Well, I was really young when I first came here. Gosh, I want to say I was about 10 or 11, so I was pretty young. And you know, when I first came here, I'm an Air Force brat, so we moved from the base in Trenton and we moved here, and it was like all new for me to see like really big skating clubs and everything. And I remember when we started here and I took on my coach, it was within 1 year that he said, I can make your daughter into a champion. And then he laid out the rules. So my parents were very excited because it was babysitting. Like he was taking care of me all day. But I can't even tell you the hours and the hours that we did on the ice. Not only here, this rink, Earl Armstrong, Potvin, like all the rinks, right? Blackburn, Hamlet. So, you know, I was pretty much training in every rink in the city just to be able to get the ice. And then when they actually built the Olympic surface, it changed my life because I had more of a stable training place. I wasn't having to bus here, bus there. Yes, everyone, I took a bus, if you can believe it, in those days, right? So it was great. You know, I had a career that was very up and down, you know, everything from having a breakdown in my depression and then missing a year. And I'm not saying this because I'm standing here, but without the Gloucester Skating Club, I don't think I would have ever made it through it. Like their support and their compassion towards my illness and towards everything I went through is what really brought me back. And not one person in this club had any stigma with mental health. And when someone's going through a mental health issue, you really need the support and not the stigma around it. And so I'm just so grateful. And no matter who I talk to, even to this day, I wouldn't be here today without Gloucester.
Yeah. What does it mean to you to be able to come back to the Gloucester Skating Club after so many years, and especially have, you know, not just a rink named after you, but a whole competition? What does that mean to you?
You know, it's like I'm speechless. Like, you know, I was taking pictures yesterday of what was going on out there and everything, and it's such an honor. It really is. And just to see the picture out on the rink still after all these years and everything, it's just, you know, you tend to forget as an individual athlete, you're kind of in a bubble, right? It's all about you and it's everything, but you don't realize the impact something like I did has on a community or a building or a club or anything like that, right? So I'm just so grateful and so appreciative. And you know, every time I do come back here, this is all my family here. Like all the coaches I grew up with, we all trained together, we all competed with each other. Darlene, Jody, Natalie, everyone, right? So we're just a huge family. And I may not get here for a year or two, but as soon as I see them, it's like yesterday, right? So we grew up. We won't say how many years we've known each other, but
Yeah, it's so impactful to have this here at the GSC, not just to showcase, but just the impact that you've had on all of our skaters.
Thank you.
We have skaters that talk about this competition all year round and how they're most excited to compete and just to show, kind of represent the GSC just like you did.
Absolutely. And, you know, I was always proud to represent GSC. And even to the point, I have to tell you, Ottawa did a big celebration for 50 top athletes of Ottawa, right? And I was invited there. And in the program, it had me as Minto. And I was like, who did this program? Like, how could they not know I was from Gloucester, right? And I remember I made a big stink at the banquet because no, I'm with Gloucester, right?
Yeah.
So it just brings back so many memories. It's very nostalgic and it's very it's coming home. It's always coming home. I think my favorite picture out on the rink is the one that says "Welcome home, Liz," because every time I walk in this building, I look at that, right? And it is home. This is my home.
Well, we're so happy to have you. We thank you for all the incredible work that you've done, not just here, but for Canada in general, and just your passion that you have. Just your whole, not even your whole career, just every time we see you, every time you're around, you always have a smile on your face. So thank you so much for the incredible impact that you've had on all the skaters.
And thank you to everyone here. you know, I'm without, I don't even have the words what it's like to have a competition named after you. And it just means so much. And it means so much that I've had an impact, and I love being around the kids and inspiring them. And I'm seeing so many now that I've coached here, and now they're all grown up. I'm like, stop growing,
Yeah,
you know. So
exactly.
it's definitely coming home, and I love Gloucester. Yeah.